Welcome back to the Mike's Madness YouTube channel. We're getting to the first video of simulations for the NCAA March Madness simulation tournament deal. And this is just the first four, so this will be a short little video. And for those of you that don't normally follow the NCAA tournament, I can't imagine there's that many of you that will be watching this video that don't normally watch the NCAA tournament. For a couple of reasons. A, because not many people watch the videos, and B, because there's not a lot of people that don't watch March Madness. So, but anyway, if you don't watch the NCAA March Madness tournament, or, you have, obviously, it's not going on this year, so the last time you could have possibly watched it was last year, so maybe you just don't really remember how the whole thing works, but, yeah, that's fine, that happens. So the field of teams is a field of 68, and if you watch the Selection Sunday simulation video, it was you would have remembered there was a couple of matchups where it was the winner of this game. So what happens is, in the NCAA March Madness tournament, when they do the selection of the teams, it used to just be 64 teams, and there was no first four. It was just, you go right into the action. Well, not the case. I don't remember when, but it happened to where they made it a field of 68 teams, and you have 4 games. Four games. There was the first week. You have 2 games on Tuesday and 2 games on Wednesday. That you win that game, then you play whatever you were in. So if you watch the Selection Sunday video, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if not, you'll understand. If you watch this through the end, you'll understand what's happening. And if you watch the video on Thursday, you'll get a better idea of what's going on. So, with that being said, we're going to move ahead to the first game of the first 4 between Morgan State and Grand Canyon, 2 teams that won their conference tournament and got the automatic bid, and they're both 16 seeds, and the winner of this plays Baylor, I believe. I'm about 99% sure on that. Taking a look at the uniforms that each team's going to be wearing. Morgan State going to be wearing the home whites, and Grand Canyon going to be wearing those purple uniforms. And just a thought that I had about this. Looking at Grand Canyon's uniforms and their one logo that is GCU, it reminds me of TCU. It almost looks like they ripped off TCU's logo and uniforms. But I don't know, just something that popped in my head. But we take a look at the final score of this game, and the final score was 71-67. Morgan State gets the victory, and they move on to play Baylor in the round of 64. Now, if you're wondering how exactly I'm going about doing the selection, or doing the simulations, I'll put it in the description below. What the process is that I do, and that way you can tell. That way you'll know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm going about doing this simulation. Getting ahead to the next matchup, we've got Duquesne and Minnesota, 2 teams again. Both of them won their conference tournament, and the winner plays BYU. They're both 11 seeds right now. Winner plays BYU. Both teams really were not going to be in the field of 68 until they had won their conference tournament and got the automatic bid. Minnesota, a team that had in the Big Ten, was a strong conference, and they just didn't have a good enough record to get an at-large bid. So they really had to win their conference tournament if they were going to get in, because the team ahead of them, Indiana, had Minnesota not won their conference tournament, I think Indiana may have had a better shot of getting in. it would have all come down to, I mean, well, Indiana in the Big Ten simulation had beaten Penn State, so that probably would have given them the jump over Xavier, who lost to DePaul. So, look, had Minnesota not won the Big Ten Conference Tournament, you probably would have seen Indiana in this spot playing Duquesne right now. But that's not what happened, and we got Duquesne and Minnesota, two teams that trying to go ahead and play BYU in the round of 64. Take a look at the uniforms. Duquesne home whites, and again, these games are played in Dayton, where Dayton Flyers play basketball. This is not a home game. All NCAA March Madness tournament games are neutral site action. It's just they're wearing their white uniforms. It does not mean they're playing at home by any means. Minnesota wearing the crimson red uniforms. And someone that comes to mind here, you see right here in the Minnesota picture, number 25 is the Minnesota center Daniel Oturu, who recently declared for the NBA draft. Just a little tidbit, a little fact there. I believe that came out yesterday. Was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. All the days are starting to kind of blend together a little bit, so forgive me if I'm messing up on my dates. But yeah, like I said, all the dates are kind of mushing together as we all stay in the house and try to wait this whole virus deal out. But moving ahead, we get to the final score of Duquesne and Minnesota. And it was Minnesota that won this game 74-63. And Minnesota will play BYU in the round of 64. And I believe that will come on... I believe that's going to be on Friday's video. I'm not sure. I can't remember the schedule off the top of my head, but it might be at the end. I'm not too sure. Anyway, moving on to the next matchup, the third first four game. This is between the Southern Jaguars and the Robert Morris Colonials. Another pair of teams that won their conference tournament. And the winner will play the Dayton Flyers in the round of 64. Take a look at the uniforms here. Southern going with the light blue uniforms. Interesting uniforms. They look kind of, I don't know. They look like they need an update, if you ask me. It looks like they haven't updated them in quite a while, but so be it. Robert Morris going with some pretty sharp white uniforms there. I like those. Those are not too bad. Not too bad at all. Take a look at the final score between Southern and Robert Morris, and it was Robert Morris that came out on top, 82-71. And again, they will go ahead and play Dayton in the round of 64. The next game, the fourth and final first four game between Texas Tech and Arizona State. And I'm not sure why that Texas Tech logo is jumping around, but oh well. That's actually that's pretty cool that it's doing that. I got to figure out why that's doing that. If I could find more logos like that, I'd probably use them. That's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, Texas Tech, Arizona State, both teams are 11 seeds, and the winner will play Penn State in the round of 64. Take a look at the uniforms. Texas Tech with the red unis, and Arizona State with the yellow/gold uniforms. Yeah, taking a look now at the final score between Texas Tech and Arizona State. It was Arizona State that won by 5, 68-63. And again, they will play Penn State in the round of 64. Who plays who? Yeah, here we go. This is... it doesn't have the schedule on here, but it just has the matchups. And again, they'll be in one of the next two videos on... one of the next two NCAA men's basketball simulation tournament videos on Thursday or Friday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'll be coming out with a different video tomorrow, kind of like just a whatever's happening kind of deal, where it's going to be kind of all in one type deal. But anyway, I'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, here we go again. Who plays who? Morgan State had won in the first of the games, and like I said, they'll be playing Baylor in the round of 64. Morgan State, the 16th seed, and Baylor is the 1 seed. I believe that matchup comes on Thursday's video. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, Baylor, the 1 seed, Morgan State, the 16th seed. Only one 16th seed has ever beaten a 1 seed, and that was, of course, UMBC over Virginia 2 years ago, was it? Yeah, 2 years ago. Moving right along, Minnesota beat Duquesne in that second game, and as I said, they'll be playing the BYU Cougars, and I believe that also comes on Thursday's video as well, on Thursday's slate of games. And I think that's just because they played their the first 2 games will play, the first day will be the first day of 64 as well, just to keep an even distribution of rest days or whatever, what have you. Robert Morris had beaten Southern in that third game, and as I said, they'll be playing Dayton in the round of 64. Robert Morris, the 16th seed, and Dayton is the 1 seed in the East region, I believe. Yeah, Baylor's in the South region, and BYU is in the West, I believe. And then this fourth matchup rather is in the Midwest region, I believe, and that is between the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Penn State Nittany Lions. And again, I believe that is in the Midwest region. Yeah. Because we got one first 4 game for each of the 4 regions, each of the 4 brackets. Yeah. All right, so yeah, the Robert Morris, Dayton, and Arizona State Penn State games will be on Friday's slate of games. So if you're looking out for one of those, that's when they'll be happening. Other than that, just before we finish out this video here, I got a couple little updates, I guess you could say, things to add. First off, yesterday I found this other YouTube channel that has a bunch of old NCAA tournament games. And if you're a big NCAA basketball fan like myself, you're kind of craving some basketball at the moment. And yesterday I just watched Maryland and Indiana championship game in 2002. But they have other games on there as well. I'll put that channel in the description below, and I might make like a playlist for of some of the videos that they have. But yeah, I'll leave that channel in the description below, and it's again full games, no commercials, just straight through, and it was good. The one I watched, good quality. I mean, again, you're not going to get the best 4K quality from games in the early 2000s because that technology wasn't really there yet. But it's basketball to watch, and I believe they have some of the newer games on there as well. It's a true vault, really, and it's a good channel. Go check it out. I'll put it in the description below, and also. I'll put the steps for what I do for simulations in the description as well. I'm about to sneeze, and I'm really trying not to. But again, also, okay, yeah, tomorrow's video is going to kind of be I don't know, it's going to kind of follow that radio show format where I just kind of talk about whatever's happening, because there's a lot that I want to get to. And I'm not going to upload a separate video for each of the different topics. So yeah, some of the things I'm going to get to tomorrow, just a sneak peek at it, is some more NFL free agency, the Olympics, and what else is going on right now? I'm just trying to think. And also another thing I want to include in tomorrow's video is I put it on my Twitters and my Instagram, and I believe my Snapchat as well. and I'll announce it right here at the end of this video. In tomorrow's video, I want to kind of um, include a like listener feedback type deal. So like if there's any, oh, the LA Rams new logo is another thing I want to get to. But yeah, if you have any thoughts or any thoughts on NFL free agency, the Olympics, or the Los Angeles Rams new logo, you can put that in the comment section, and I'll address that in tomorrow's video. And again, you can have any thoughts, any questions, any particular takes you have about a certain topic, and even if it's not, even if you have like a take or a question or a comment pertaining to something that I didn't just mention, like something other than the Olympics, the Rams logo, or NFL free agency, if you have another thought or take or a question about something else, again, feel free to leave that in the description below. That'll be great. It'll give me more to talk about tomorrow. Yeah, so with that being said, take a look out for the videos in the upcoming days. We're going to have a video tomorrow. We're going to have a video on Thursday. We're going to have a video on Friday. And I believe we're going to have videos on Saturday and Sunday as well. So we got a strong slate of content coming your way as we're all quarantined right now. So, well, not really, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so with that being said, I thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, a thumbs up would be great, and a subscribe for more content as well. If you subscribe, I believe there's a little bell symbol that you can hit, and it'll give you a notification every time a new video is posted. Also, again, comment section below for tomorrow's video for LA Rams new logo, Olympics, NFL free agency, or more. And other than that, I will be back in the next video. I'm out.